Time for some good old inside information. Here we go. What's up, everyone? It's Q from Retro Q Gaming. And if you remember, I used to work in Gamestop, and I still, while I don't work there anymore, I still have a good in with the people there. I still talk to them a lot. I'm in there a decent amount. I get the background info that the public doesn't get, but the staff gets from Gamestop head office, etc., etc. And it works pretty well for me. I've got some good info in the past, both from when I'm working there and when I haven't been working there. But here is something I found out today that is a nice little bit of news, a nice little bit of tidbit of information that was only shared to them recently, but I haven't seen anywhere at all. So before we get going, I want to say this. GameStop Ireland in particular, and obviously I live in Ireland, but GameStop Ireland in particular are extremely greedy and money hungry for pre-orders. Pre-orders are their life, and pre-orders are what basically drives their business. When you're working there, they will teach you that pre-orders are number 1, 2, and 3 on your list, and then everything else can fuck off and die. Now, because of that, they will allow pre-orders for stuff that doesn't even officially exist yet. Let me give you a perfect example. The PlayStation 4 Pro was available for pre-order about 6 or 8 months before its even announcement, let alone release. The Xbox One X, or Project Scorpio as it was at the time, was available for pre-order over 6 months before it was even shown off at E3 2016. That's right, it was up on pre-order towards the end of 2015. I know, I pre-ordered one. But the point is, actually, let's not forget the Nintendo Switch as well. The Nintendo Switch was available for pre-order for over a year before it was even called the Nintendo Switch. It was available to pre-order for nearly, I think it was like nearly 15 months as the Nintendo NX. Again, I had one pre-ordered, I know the deal. So, they're extremely grubby and money hungry on their pre-orders. And here is where it gets good. So I was in there today. I was topping up paying off some of the balance of my SNES Classic and my Xbox One X for that matter, as well as looking for a couple of other stuff that they might have. But the guy I know, who shall remain nameless because whatever, GameStop are fairly cracking down on some of this stuff. Like, for example, after I personally leaked the information, an announcement of the unannounced at the time Batman Arkham Return to Arkham collection on PS4 and Xbox One. You can thank Eurogamer for that because I gave them the info. If you check the video time and all that stuff, you'd see I posted it before I sent the info on to them. That's not the point. That's not what I'm here to talk about. But ever since then, they found out that leak. They tried to investigate and whatever. But they've cracked down on that kind of stuff. And it's a lot harder to get that kind of info out nowadays. But I found out today that as of Friday just gone, the past Friday, on the 11th of August, it was told because of the weird pre-order situation involving Xbox One X. Let me give you an example, right? Because, remember, they're so greedy and grubby and money hungry for their pre-orders that they have been pre-ordering the Xbox One Scorpio for over a year, and then when E3 finally happened this year and it was called the Xbox One X, 2 or 3 days later, at some point during that week, I don't remember the exact time it was, the pre-orders disappeared. But what did happen is the official announcement and all that stuff finally became available on their website. Now, the very strange thing about their website side of it is that it would allow you to be added to a list to be notified when the pre-orders were going to be available. That was it. You couldn't pre-order them from then on. You couldn't even pre-order them in store from then on. It literally disappeared from their entire system. And in fact, as it stands right now, Xbox One X has completely disappeared off the GameStop Ireland website. It no longer even appears with the waiting list option or the extra waiting list. There's no advertisements for it. There's no clickable pages for it. It can't come up in search. There's literally nothing for Xbox One X at all anymore on GameStop Ireland. And of course, just before we go any further, I'll just say this, just because if it's wrong, someone will go crazy and call me some sort of conspiracy theorist. Yes, this information could be wrong, but this information is, from what I know, accurate based on what GameStop corporate have told their staff, because I've seen it with my own eyes. and I've seen the email and the update with it, so it could still change and this could be inaccurate, but as it stands right now, this seems to be the only kind of solid info that we have. And we found out just a few days ago that because the Xbox One X pre-orders are still not officially live anywhere in the world, that the official reason for that, as told from higher up in GameStop to their individual staff, is that the Xbox One X hardware, the licensing is still not complete for Microsoft and all the hardware in the Xbox One X. Now, what does that mean? Personally, I don't think that's going to change the Xbox One X hardware. I just think it just means that in case the weirdest and wildest thing happens, they just don't have pre-orders available and open for that reason. Realistically, these things just take time and they will most likely go through. But what if it doesn't? I think that's really, really interesting, because you'd think they'd have all the licensing agreements and everything in place before they properly announce it in case it falls through. But the point of this video is, now we know what and why, the reason why Xbox One X pre-orders are not yet live. Because don't forget, this console launches in just a few months, on the 7th of November. And we're here 3 months before launch, and apparently they haven't got the actual copyright and trademark and patent and licensing and whatever you want to call it on the actual hardware 3 months before launch. It kind of makes sense why they're being very cagey about pre-orders and pre-order dates. When you look at everything Microsoft said, they go, yeah, pre-orders opening soon, coming soon, opening soon, coming soon. But they don't say why pre-orders aren't available. And this has very good reason and very good credence, if you ask me. And I just think it's a really, I won't say bad situation, but let's just look at it from the potential worst case scenario. What if they don't get the license for some reason? What if something happens and it just falls through for whatever reason? Imagine what that could do to the Xbox One X and Microsoft and the Xbox One brand in general. That's pretty damning, isn't it? So I don't know. I think it's weird. Do you think they should have, well, logic says that they should have got all the licenses, the patents, the absolute everything finalized before they showed it off? Or do you think this is a decent way? Because frankly, I've never heard of a business deal go through in this way. At least one that isn't a shady Kickstarter or a shady Indiegogo or some shit like that. But anyway, it's going to be a curious 3 months. I do plan on picking up an Xbox One X, of course, because I have to have everything, because I don't know, I'm weird like that. And we'll see how it goes, because a couple of months, 3 months before launch, and this kind of weird stuff seemed to be rumored to happen, and it's I don't know, it's a weird situation, I'll give it that. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about this whole potential licensing info, licensing not yet acquired info, I should call it, and what it could mean for Xbox One X. Also, let me know what you think if Microsoft were to delay, or I doubt cancel, but change the Xbox One X hardware in some way, shape or form, based on what they've already said and marketed as, and it's kind of crashing down as it is, let alone to potentially be crashing down again. Let me know all of that and your opinion on what could happen to it in the comment section below, as well as if you plan on getting an Xbox One X like I do, in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the rest of the videos in my channel.